Welcome to the Pine Lodge match of the day here at the Prospect Oval. My name is Rob Green, and with me today in commentary is Jim Huff and Daniel Frangos. And quickly, Jim, a tip from you.
Oh, it has to be the Bays, easily, on their form.
And Daniel?
Yeah, also going for the Tigers to register their 11th win in a row and consolidate their spot at the top of the table. Big game, though, for North Adelaide. They've probably got more to play for.
That's true. The Bays probably could be complacent, not having many challenges lately.
Yep.
I'm going to stick with the Tigers by 8 to 10 goals. Bounce down here, reasonable crowd in attendance. O'Hara up against Cranston. Away comes Allen with the first kick of the day. Kicks towards Uni. Uni gathers possession, handballs off in the direction there of Wintle. Wintle hands off back to McGay, who's back into the league side this week. And we'll have a ball up 50 metres from goal. And special mention today to our time clock sponsor, Rouvray Painting Services. You can call Brett Rouvray on 0401 136 393. Good Glenelg family.
Of course, his brother played many games, and for the Crows.
Yes.
So they picked out a free kick here in the and it's going to O'Hara. So he plays on through Allen. North Adelaide a chance, and well blocked off there. That was Paul Adlington, who's just starting to consolidate his side in the Glenelg lineup. He's from Horsham, and it's his first year in the SANFL. So here goes O'Hara versus Cranston. Big game here for North Adelaide. They need to, beat a top 5 side. They haven't done it this season. Archard's got the ball on his left foot. He goes in towards Alloway. He's the key for North Adelaide today. Here he goes. And the kick wasn't great, but Wintle might end up with this. The ball spills and well tackled by Ben Mules on Heath Uni, and we'll have a ball up about 15 metres out from the North Adelaide goal.
Well, it's unexpected. North Adelaide look. Oh, the umpire's down. It looks like they're the side that have started the best. They're only in attack.
Ball up. North Adelaide forward line. Congestion of players down there, and we'll have a ball up again. Might have been one in the back there to young Wright, but not paid, and we'll have another bounce down. Cranston, terrific form last week against the Double Blues. Here's Mules. Feeds off to Kane. Kane's kick up towards the wing. O'Hara's in position underneath the footy. Taken nicely by Archard. He's got a player in board there in Ryswick. He can go. Feeds off to Ivans. He's got Allen on his own. 60 metres out from goal. Allen will take it and go. Allen looking in the direction there of Uni. Couldn't take the mark. Play on. And coming away there for the Bays is Rudolph. Rudolph's handball goes to Holmes. Holmes has got Hinge, but a good contest there by Ivans. Back to Allen. Allen's tackled. Dropped it cold. Great tackle, Glenelg. The strength of their game, Jim Huff.
That's right, and we should expect a free-flowing game here today. These two sides usually produce that every time they play.
So the ball ends up here with Ben Kane, one of Glenelg's they only had 2 state representatives, believe it or not. He was one of them. O'Hara spills it. Where's McConnell? Fisher, he's back in the side today. Could have been tackled high. Umpire play on. And the North Adelaide, McConnell had a chance then. The ball comes out, and gee, what a mark from Clint Alloway, the Foss Williams medalist. Shocking kick though, straight to Cranston. Mules has got it now. Clever little pass over to Fisher. Glenelg want the first goal here. Sherwood, he's run forward. And he's looking for McConnell. Oh. What will the umpire call here? Umpire Gary Feeler. He calls the ball up. Comment, Jim Huff.
Yeah, it's a very pro-North Adelaide crowd in this grandstand, and they're very, very vocal when things don't go the North Adelaide's way. They wanted that free there.
O'Hara, didn't have the football there. It was Kirkby. Unbelievable decision, but Mules has got the mark nonetheless. Hands off to Fisher. Umpire nearly gets in the way. Fisher drives it in towards the forward line. The first thrust for the Bays. Down there is Doldig. Kirkby had the kick, but it was smothered. Hands it off by Ryswick. Away for the Roosters was Gorman. Hands to McGay. They're away North to Spawn. What a consistent player he is. Ivans in the game early. Long kick. Looking in the direction of Brown. Underneath it. And he's going to get a free for in the back. Well, the umpire's called the advantage there.
Gee.
It's Stewart. Handball's back to Brown. He'll have a handball over the top.
Oh, well done.
Could this be the first goal? Oh, what a great tackle. Magnificent tackle down there by Rudolph. And this game has started at a frenetic pace, Jim Huff.
And that handball was the right thing to do, except the sides they've been playing lately, he would have got away with it. Glenelg are too good in the close quarters.
So North Adelaide, they've got everything to play for today. They, with Port Adelaide winning 3 games in a row now to close the gap. The Eagles are also on 10 points. Norwood are winning. North Adelaide, they need to win to consolidate their spot in the top 5. Glenelg, on the other hand, aiming for 11 wins in a row. And, gee, it's been a pretty... just been played between the 2 50-metre arcs at the moment. The score is still no score here, and we're into the 7th minute of the game. Cranston, one of the informed ruckmen in the SANFL. The ball spills down, and the umpire will call out of play.
Well, he actually is the informed ruckman in the SANFL, Daniel, dominating in the statistics. And I think you'll agree, unlucky not to play state footy this year.
And he probably had a few mates with him that didn't play in that state game, but the South Australian team won well anyway. Wright, certainly a chance to be called up by an AFL list, and well tackled by Ben Kane. And
got the bounce down in front of North Adelaide's goal. They've been forward early quite frequently in this game. And we'll have another stoppage, Jim. And the crowd today, somewhat disappointing, I reckon, for the Sunday no AFL.
Yeah, except they're just a bit unlucky with the weather. It was raining before the game, and that does put a lot of the fair weather supporters away. All the people that really get behind their clubs are here, though. That's the main thing. It's a reasonable crowd.
3 to 3.5
yeah.
tops.
Had it been a sunny day, I would have expected 6,000-7,000 might have come here.
Yep.
Cranston gets it down. And the free kick is going to come back to Cranston, is it? Can't will quite work out what's going on down there in the North Adelaide forward line. The umpire's getting involved, pushing and shoving.
Yep, to the base.
Okay, here's Panozzo, has a bounce. He's got a bit of time in the back pocket.
Hang on.
Gee whiz.
Bit over officiated at the moment, spoiling the game.
Ty Allen has got the ball. One of Glenelg's best this year. Gun midfielder, unlucky not to be in the state side. Comes away, kicks towards the wing. Rudolph is under it. There's Kirkby as well, who takes a very good mark out there in front of Cunningham. Sherwood on the left. He's got Hinge out there. Ivans is pursuing him. Good contest. Hinge gets in front. Beautifully done. But Ivans tackles him across the line, and it's been a good contest so far out there.
Yeah, talk about Ty Allen. He's benefited strongly from Cranston's great form. He's hit it down his throat in many games and given him a lot of possessions.
He certainly has. And North Adelaide wouldn't be too unhappy with this start. They've held Glenelg, who are one of the most attacking sides in the SANFL, to no score at this stage. Even though the Roosters haven't scored, North Adelaide seem to be controlling general play. So Archard over to Uni. And the ball spills out in front of the outer wing. We're at the, we're at the 9-minute mark here. Still yet to score.
Big task for young Paul Adlington on Heath Uni, the established goal snake for the Roosters, in only his 3rd game.
Yeah, Uni was actually North Adelaide's leading goal scorer last year with 49 goals. So a very big task on the hands of Adlington, who's only played, this is only his 4th league game.
Allen kicks towards Uni out there. O'Hara. Here's Spawn, round the body. He's found his target out there in Allen, who just gets so much of the footy week in, week out. Allen, the McGarry medalist. And his kick is smothered there by Backwell across the line.
In fact, he averages 27 disposals a game, which is sensational. And some say he doesn't use it as well as some of the other ball magnets in the league, but he's done well enough last year to win the McGarry medal.
O'Hara and Cranston. Good early contest. Cranston hands to it. There was Allen diving in. Ivans. Really scrappy game early on at the moment, and there'll be a throw in, Jim.
I wonder if the wind has an effect on the game. That seems to be bottled in that side of the ground for quite a while. It seems to be difficult to come out to this grandstand side.
So the 2 of the most attacking sides in the SANFL, both still yet to register a score here at the, we're into the 11-minute mark of this round 14 clash. And the last time these two sides played, 40 goals were scored between them. So we still haven't had not even a score here. Holmes, well tackled there by Ryswick, and well, we'll have another ball up on the outer wing.
It's a very, very ordinary passage of play at the moment. It's just stuck in that little area and not going anywhere. And that's just going in and out of bounds. Ball ups.
Ball goes away for another boundary throw in, and
Gee.
if you want a copy of this game, you can call Charles on 8271 1669 and he'll look after you.
And that goes for any SANFL games. Pine Lodge cover most of them with commentary. And if anyone wants to see the mark of the century down at Elizabeth Oval yesterday, which Rob and me saw with Fergus from West Adelaide, you need a copy.
Great mark it was. So can we get something going here? O'Hara was up. He's going to receive the free kick. Umpired, in fact, it was Spawn who was infringed upon. The ball will come back to him. Pretty crowded forward line down there for North Adelaide at the moment. Spawn's kick is smothered. Geez, it's been indicative of the day's play so far. Bayes coming away. Bode. Oh.
Gee.
Something could start here.
I'm not sure if the umpires know what they're doing at the moment.
50 metres, I think.
Players seem very confused of what to do there. Obviously, the North Adelaide player thought it was his right to go and tackle there.
Fisher moves, kicks towards Kane. Kane had McConnell screaming out for the footy. But Kane goes long. Back there taking the hanger was almost Seller. And first score on the Cockatoo Ridgewine scoreboard is Glenelg got 1 point, leading North Adelaide yet to score.
Gee, 12 minutes to get the first score and even a rush point excited the crowd there.
Oh, well, we've had a turnover here. Bode on his left foot has a shot, and he puts it straight through the middle. Here go the Tigers. They go to 1-1-7. North Adelaide yet to score, and we've gone 13 minutes on the Pine Lodge match of the day.
And that's a typical Matthew Bode crumbing goal that he gets a history of that, even with Adelaide Crows. Front and square, doesn't usually miss.
Okay, we've gone 12 and a half minutes, nearly 13 minutes on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. The bounce down, we finally got a goal. Up high was Cranston, beautiful tap down to Bode. Gives the Shepherd away. Away comes Kane. Mark was spilt there by Seller. Handball away by Thompson in his first game. Over the top to Archard. Archard looks inboard. His kick found his teammate there in right. Oh, he didn't take the mark. Ivans mops up though. He's been a busy player early. Gets clear. Right foot kick towards centre half forward. Alloway! He just knew he was going to mark that, and he plays on beautifully around Sherwood. His kick's out towards Stewart. And Stewart will line up 45-degree angle, about 45 metres out, Jim.
Yep, and that's a good passage of play by the Roosters there. The game was very, very dour there for a while. Now we're seeing a lot more open play. Stewart must nail this. The way that Glenelg have come into this game as warm favourites, North Adelaide must take every opportunity.
Stewart. Important kick for North Adelaide. Need to register a goal to get themselves into the game. Stewart's kick is a point, goes across the face, so it looks like the breeze may be blowing from the west towards the east today, and North Adelaide get their first score. They're one behind, trailing Glenelg 1-1-7 thanks to Cockatoo Ridge Wines.
So Panozzo will bring the ball back into play. He's a bit of a utility player. He can play anywhere. He kicks it to the former Adelaide Crows listed player, and that is Sugars. So he's going long now. Kirkby's there. Well played by Holmes. And, gee, it's a scrappy contest, Jim, considering these two sides are pretty much the most attractive sides to watch in the game.
Yeah, a little bit of good play just before, but it seems to get into that sort of Bermuda Triangle over there on that outer side, and they just can't get it out.
It's unbelievable. So North Adelaide here have got a through kick, and that's through the agency of Matthew Wright. So he'll go long now. He's looking for Stewart. The ball spills. Rudolph Bode. Now, well done. That's Ryswick.
Good tackle.
And great tackle there. Block gets the handball out. Here comes Bode. And the umpire, gee, I reckon we've had a record number of ball-ups here in the first 15 minutes on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. 15 minutes have gone, Rob, and Glenelg lead by 6 points.
Wakeland opposed to Cranston. Here's Archard. Ivans was there as well. Bode. Beautifully done there by Adlington in his first game. And the free kick goes to right, plays on to Archard. Wintle, normally a beautiful kick. This one's out in front of Allen, who fell over, didn't take the mark. But he's got the free kick.
And as the sun comes out, we may see the standard raise. It's no rain about. Rained a lot this morning, and as I say, it may have affected the crowd, but the sun's just sneaking through at the moment, and we might have more brighter football.
So an interesting situation that Allen not often seen leading out from the forward lines. It's an interesting tactic by Jarman.
No, it's usually him kicking the ball in, isn't it?
It is.
These many possessions. Not sure about his ability to kick goals. He doesn't kick a lot.
Kicks on its way by Allen, and he's registered North's first goal. So that's levelled the scores here, 1-1-7 apiece thanks to Cockatoo Ridge Wines.
As we said earlier, North Adelaide need to win more than Glenelg. That goes without saying. The pressure on them to even stay in the 5. And a lot of people are writing them off. They reckon their form hasn't been good, and today's their big day at home to prove everyone wrong and knock off the top side.
So the Tigers and the Roosters, 7 points apiece here, and North Adelaide have started pretty well here in this big encounter. This so Cranston now versus Wakeland. The Roosters seem to be winning the ball out of the centre. Alloway, Backwell, needs to get busy for the Tigers. Mules, and well, he kicks it straight to Archard, who's probably the best player on the ground at the moment. He kicks it over now towards Heath Uni. Uni's got the ball over to Archer, over to Alloway. Rudolph is there, and he'll be pretty happy with that one to go out of play. And well, Glenelg not playing as attacking as we've seen in the past weeks.
Throw in, Stewart against Cranston, the 2 number 9s. Coming away there was Kane. Kane gets his kick away. Here we go. We've got Panozzo. Panozzo plays on to Bode. Bode's long kick towards Kirkby, but it's a great mark taken by Grimer. No, not paid. What did you think of that one, Jim?
Well, it looked all right to me. There wasn't much reaction in the crowd, but there's a very North Adelaide pro crowd around us. North Adelaide have been a bit hindered by AFL selections lately. They've lost just in the last couple of weeks Loney, White and Gill, and a lot of that is a lot of their goal kicking power there.
So we've got the footy now with Holmes out there, I think it was. Handballs to Cranston, to Bode. He's got his teammate who kicks towards goal. Oh, what a kick. It looks like it was into the breeze. And what a goal to the Tigers. Lucas Block, 2-1-13, leading North 1-1-7 on the Cockatoo Ridge Wine scoreboard.
Well, it's hard to say. Is there a windsock here at the ground where the breeze is actually blowing? It's a bit swirly and cross breeze, but they're getting a lot of distance on their kicks. Glenelg, that was a beautiful kick.
So the Tigers go to 2-1-13, lead the Roosters by 6 points, or 1-1-7 in this standalone SANFL fixture.
It's a standalone for any football today. There's no AFL on as well. That's more reason why the crowd should be big.
It certainly should have been a bit bigger than this. No AFL on at all, anywhere today. Cranston, cleverly done. Now here's McGregor, the guy that's come into the side. He's got pace. He's got a bit of skill too. Here he goes. Well tackled. Umpire calls play on. Trent Spawn. Over now. And here goes Rydeswick. He's got pace too. One of the quickest players in the SANFL. Clever little pass. But it comes unstuck. Holmes. The intensity's lifted. And we'll have another ball up at the 20-minute mark here at the Prospect Oval.
And we're seeing a very closely fought game. It's unusual. Most of the games we've covered lately have been very one-sided. Let's hope it stays this way.
High kick forward, Kirkby's underneath it. Nice spoil by Cunningham. Goes towards Wakeland, who doesn't take possession, but taps it onto Ivans, who's got right. He's going to be crunched. And Kane hammers him into the ground, but he held on too long.
Gee.
Unbelievable. Interesting decision, that one. Wright plays on quickly. He's got the run of Archard. He's had plenty of the ball. It sits beautifully for him. He's going to kick towards the lead. No, he doesn't. Long kick. Alloway's going to fly. Stewart was at the back. And the ball's going to go across the line through the agency of Uni.
Yeah, good exciting play by the North Adelaide side. Not sure about that free kick, though. I thought it was a bit harsh, as did a lot of the Glenelg supporters here.
So Glenelg, who've won the last 3 encounters between these two sides, have the ball here. Now they're looking for Doldig, who probably needs to lift. Ball spills down. North Adelaide have the players. O'Hara casts her over, but Doldig wins out. Does brilliantly in the end. Gives it over to McGregor. Poor handball, and here's Thompson making his league debut. The brother of Wade Thompson. Wright. McGarry medalist Allen. Rudolph does well. Sherwood, and the ball spills out of play here. We're at the 21-minute mark on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock, and well, it's a scrappy game, guys. Glenelg lead by 6 points.
It certainly is, but North were trying really hard early in this game, and they've come out hard as they had to. Ball comes away. There was Cranston. Got it over to Mules. Handball comes to Rudolph. He's got time and space. His kicks over the head of his teammate in block, but Thompson attacks the footy out in front of
Well
Kirk.
played, Thompson.
Gee, did well.
Well done.
Yeah.
He was met solidly there by Seller. And we'll have a ball up.
He looks like a replica of his brother, isn't he? He's exactly the same look about him and pace.
Certainly does.
Doesn't look like they can ever have both of them on the side at once.
Here's Ryswick. Handballs off to Spawn. Reliable half-back player for North Adelaide. Uni back to Spawn, who kicks long in the Stewart direction. Got caught underneath it. Wright roves the pack and kicks towards goal. And he's into the right-hand side.
Gee.
So North Adelaide move along to 1-2-8, trailing the Tigers 2-1-13 in an entertaining game of footy, Jim.
Yeah, that was Warney would have been proud of that break on that ball. Looked like it was going through, and it's the luck of the game sometimes, the way the odd-shaped ball, which way it bounces.
I'll tell you what, that ball was actually going straight through the middle, and that bounce at the end drifted off to the right. So Sherwood, the 180-game veteran, brings the ball into play for Glenelg. And, well, I think it reached Archard. He's had a lot of the ball there, but that one's gone out on the full. So Glenelg.
If you're going to do a bad pass, you don't want to do it to your captain, do you, Daniel?
Unbelievable. Right. Certainly don't. Not when it's Daryl Winter, who's actually, well, he's North's longest serving captain since Don Linder. So he's been around a long time, and a bit of a press, Jim, that he
he's
might
kind
retire.
of planning retirement. Yeah, I can sort of understand that. He has been, his body hasn't stood up very well in the last couple of years, and probably it's telling him it's time to give it away. It's been a great club man, though.
Throw in, outer side, on the wing. Cranston hands to it. What an important player he is for the Tigers. Very close indeed to the best ruckman in the competition at the moment.
I'd say no doubt he's the best ruckman in the competition, Cranston. What I've seen at Glenelg this year, and the statistics suggest that he is dominating.
Another stoppage. Away comes Ward. Handballs to Allen, who's under enormous pressure, but he gets it away to Spawn. Spawn kicks as a floater, and beautifully taken back there by Benny Mules, I think it was.
Might have been Adlington.
Might have been Adlington, correct. And McConnell's got the footy, but it's going to come back.
What's McConnell doing back there? Is he just a bit of a roving role at the moment? He certainly plays his best footy in attack. Here he goes again.
Back to McConnell. Short little pass in front of Holmes, who's pursued by Ryswick. In goes McGay. And we'll have a ball up.
Yep, just mentioned McConnell. It looks like he's on the ball. He's going in there for that, although Spawn seems to be tagging him. I'm not sure. He might be just trying to get Glenelg into the game.
So we'll have another ball up here at the, well, we're at the 25-minute mark here, the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. And in this big encounter here at Prospect Oval, the crowd seems to be building up. O'Hara versus Cranston. Neither player gets a decisive hit out, and the ball spills down, and gee, it's a scrappy affair early.
Yeah, they had nearly 12,000 at their last game, Glenelg. Their supporters should be here in force on a free Sunday afternoon.
So McConnell got the ball out. He's doing everything. And well done there in defence by Damien Cunningham for the North Adelaide side. Doesn't have many options now. With Nick Gill out of the side, no Damon White. He probably has to, North Adelaide probably have to reinvent their forward line today. So he's gone out on the wing. No Nathan Loney either, so they're missing three, as Jim said earlier, three of their most important players. Spawn. He kicks on the outer side. Someone needs to lift today for the Roosters if they're going to win. The ball comes down, and that Glenelg defence, we all talk about their forward line, but their defence is the second best in the SANFL after Sturt.
Well, I'd say part of the reason why they got such a good forward line is they got such a good midfield too, and they deliver the ball very well. Blokes like Backwell and Fisher, plenty of supply there. Not on top today though.
Good tackle there by North Adelaide as Seller was escorted over the line. It won't be a long quarter. 25 and a half in, thanks to Rouvray Painting Services. We've got the throw in. And Seller's up against Stewart. It's the knock away. Away come the Bays. Here's Rudolph. His kicks towards the centre of the ground to a contest. Over the head of Cunningham. Bode spilt them up, but was good enough to gather. Gives off to Fisher. Fisher's kick around the body is only going to find Rydeswick though.
Oh, he ducked his head.
Who did duck his head but was cocked high, but the ball advantage went to Wright. Wright's kick is a long one. Alloway's underneath it and takes the mark. The premier forward, centre-half forward in the competition, Clint Alloway, runs around and misses to the right. Geez, they needed that one.
I'm now 100% sure that the wind's having a big effect on the game. Those trees over there in that pocket and the outer there are really gusting and blowing, and tell them by North Adelaide shots for goal. It's very, very tricky.
Gee, the Roosters are letting the Tigers off here, and North Adelaide have had 4 scoring shots and a lot more of the ball in that forward line. Glenelg have made the most of their opportunities. The ball goes towards the wing. Doldig's there. Here's that man in Thompson making his league debut.
There it is again.
Once again,
That's
ball,
the win.
the Roosters looking for Darryl Winter, and it goes out in the full. Gee, unbelievable.
Hands on hips, not a happy man.
Not happy at all.
And what have Glenelg had, about 3 inside 50s, do you reckon, for their 2-goal one?
Gee, I reckon they've certainly made the most of their opportunities, and that wind is pretty swirly.
And there's the siren. So at quarter time, Glenelg 2-1-13, leading North Adelaide 1-3-9. Welcome back to the Pine Lodge match of the day. Start of the second quarter, it's Glenelg 2-1-13 leading North 1-3-9. The bounce down there is Cranston. Ivan's up high. Away was Fisher. Fisher. Here's Kane. Kane's kicks a long one towards the forward line. Oh, players crashing in. McConnell was there as well. Ball comes away though. It's Allen in and out of trouble. He's tackled but gets a left foot to the footy. There's Spawn. Spawn to Ward. Ward kicks out wide towards Thompson. That was a beautiful kick into that breeze. Thompson gives off to Ivans. He's got a bit of time to run now. Ivans kicks along the line to his key forward in Alloway, but it was over his head. Alloway grabs Sugars without the footy. Good kick forward there, and Ivans again.
I just noticed Big Grimer crashed very heavily down there in that goal square, and he's looking very ginger at the moment.
So here's Ivans, the man who stands out with that helmet. The number 10, the famous number at the North Adelaide club.
Sorry, Kim Dillon, wasn't it?
Might have been. And a pretty good player before him.
Yeah, I've just been talking to him at quarter time, actually. The great Barry Robert.
Yeah, just saw him as well. Bit overawed to go up and have a word with the great man. But here goes Cranston to Mules. Kicks it over now. Grimer. And he's been one of Glenelg's best pickups in recent seasons. The ball spills out of play.
Okay, this game's played very much on the wind's terms. The wind's controlling where the ball's going all the time, and it's making it very difficult for attracted football at the moment. As you can see it going out again, that wind is very, very blustery.
So it's O'Hara, who's probably one of the most underrated ruckmen in the SANFL. He gets a lot of hit-outs. Probably needs to do a bit more around the ground, but he certainly has been a consistent performer for both the Eagles and North Adelaide over the past, well, the best part of a decade now. So North Adelaide, they want an early goal here. And here's a chance. Wintle over to Allen. And, gee, he had Uni all on his own. Well smothered and tackled by Mules. He's the heart and soul of this Glenelg side, the captain.
There's been a number of smothers today, and both sides really hard at it early, and full credit to North Adelaide, who have come out hard at the start of this game, which of course they had to do to consider themselves a chance. Here's Wintle. Could be another stoppage, getting away there. Here go the Bays now. Time and space. Having a bounce is Kane. Kane kicks towards the forward line. Is it Rude? No, it's Grimer. Grimer plays on. His right foot kicks an awkward one. It's going to find Doldig though. Can he gather it? Brilliant air pass to McConnell. The tackle by Ward was a beauty. And he's paid holding the ball.
Gee. That's usually bread and butter for McConnell. Good play by Ward. He was right onto him. Great tackling feature of this game.
Great pressure by both sides at this point in time. Here's Ward. Short kick to Archard. Archard pursued there by Holmes. Busy player in the first quarter, Reece Archard, the former Panther. Assessing the options. He'll go towards the outer side. Just in short to Allen. Made him earn it. Didn't take the mark. Gathered in, but got the handball away. Nice tackle
well
by Bode. Desperate football by both sides, and we'll have a ball up.
Bode there not only stopped Allen in his tracks there, was still good enough to try and get the ball out and do something positive with it. Got held up though.
So here goes Grimer on his left foot. Kicks it in towards Kirkby, but the ball spills out of play at the 2-minute mark here on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. Glenelg lead by 4 points.
And you could just tell how bad that wind is. Grimer was shot for goal, just bent around and went straight out of bounds in the pocket where he was trying to kick into the goal square.
So here's Bode on his left foot. Well, it bounces through. If anyone can do it, it's Matthew Bode. He kicks a goal. That's his second, and the Tigers get their third.
And maybe looming as one of the best on the ground, Matthew Bode, not just for his 2 goals. He's done a lot of good work around the ground, and in a day where goals are hard to kick, that's a very valuable performance to have 2 goals so early.
So North Adelaide now, first time the margins got beyond that goal. It's 10 points. Still riding the game. Just struggling to see where they're going to kick enough goals to win today outside of Alloway. Here's O'Hara. Ivans is in there. O'Hara to Allen. Out wide to Archard. Archard has a bounce. He's looking for Stewart, who's leading and not taking the mark. Rudolph was there putting the pressure on him. Wintle, class little finish to Uni, who normally kicks these. And it hits the post. North Adelaide 1-4-10, trailing the Tigers 3-1-19 thanks to Cockatoo Ridge Wines.
The rub of the green's not going with North Adelaide at the moment. A lot of bad luck at shots for goals. That looked all over there for Uni. He normally kicks those.
Gee, as both Rob and Jim said, Uni, that is his bread and butter. That's what he's paid for. He kicks those probably 99 times out of 100. So the ball spills out of play on the outer side, and Glenelg certainly making the most of their opportunities.
Well, if you want a good view of the game, I'd suggest you go out in that outer wing there, because that's where the ball is most of the day, with the wind blowing it very fiercely out there.
Charles, can you move the commentary box in the second half?
He might have to, because not much play in front of this grandstand wing where we are. It's all been blowing towards the outer side. Cranston to Fisher. Well done, Allen. Over here. Here goes the Roosters. And Ben Mules. Just the one of the best captains Glenelg's had in recent times.
Mouth-watering contest, Uni and Mules, isn't it?
Gee, I think, yeah, Mules has certainly had the better of him so far. So Fisher come back into the Glenelg side today after copping a heavy knock against Centrals. Cranston. Sherwood, he's running forward. McConnell. Here he is. And, gee, here comes Doldig. Just plays a cameo normally, Doldig. Kicks a couple of goals and contributes. Kirkby! And what's the umpire pulled out here? 3 kick to North Adelaide, and see if you can get it out of here, Rob.
Away come the Roosters towards that outer side. Ward's had plenty of the footy today. Feeds off to Brett White. Brett White's kicks a good one to Ivans. Ivans plays on out to his teammate in Stark. Stark's kicks out in front of Uni. Good set of hands for a small player. Brilliantly done. Here's Wright. His kick is over the top of his teammate in Stewart, but it's away to the right-hand side, and another missed opportunity to the Roosters. 1-5-11, trailing the Bays 3-1-19, thanks to Cockatoo Ridge Wines.
It's reminiscent of another red and white side I saw last night, Sydney. They peppered the goals and just couldn't kick them, and North Adelaide are doing much the same.
So the Tigers now. Sugars, been an important part of the Glenelg defence this season. Kicks it on to Sherwood, the most experienced Tiger in the side today. Now he's kicking long. He's got Grimer there. Backwell, he needs to get himself into the game. He's probably had a quiet start by his standards. To Kirkby. What a mark by the former.
Look, he's got Mills all on his own.
Hawthorn rookie listed play. He's got Mills on his own, as Rob said, and he's taken a beauty.
Wow. Now this is uncharted waters for Mills, isn't it? He's never down on the forward line, so I don't know how many goals he kicked in his career, Daniel.
Well, he's played this is his 107th game, and he's only kicked 20 goals, believe it or not. Yeah. So he's not, as Jim said there, not a renowned goal kicker, but I tell you what, this would really hurt the Roosters. They've had 6 scoring shots. Glenelg have only had 4, and Glenelg just seem to be kicking goals against the flow of play. Mules on that occasion.
Yep, that's why he plays in defence.
That sums it up, I guess.
Well, he brought it out into the pocket where the wind's blowing it the other way, but I think the wind must have stopped gusting there for a while because it went straight to the pocket, that dead pocket where the no play is. Amazing kick.
So here goes the Tigers. Hinge. Kirkby's in there. The Roosters, they're under siege. Now Cranston should take this opposed to Uni. Uni does brilliantly to at least bring the ball to ground. Panozzo. Clever left-hand handball out to Backwell. And that's a fantastic effort by the North Adelaide defence. They're just continually repelling that ball out of there.
Uni grabbed Cranston when he didn't have it. Here's Kane. North Adelaide really flooding back now. Kane's kick in the direction there of Sugars. Didn't take the mark. Right. Gets it away. Handball inboard to Spawn. Spawn handballs. Ended up with Ivans. Ivans has got Ryswick on his own on centre wing. Carries to him. Oh, he doesn't take the mark though. Now he's under the pump. Gets a quick kick away in the advantage of Alloway, who loses his footing. Sherwood's there. There's Mules. Mules gives it away to Sugars. Sugars is kicked towards Holmes. Wright goes back with courage. Spoiled it away. Kick goes there towards Adlington. Adlington's kick. What a mark taken down there by Rory Kirkby. And he's going to kick from 40 metres out or even 35. But as we've seen so far today, accuracy on goal, not easy.
And you mentioned Doldig being a bit of a cameo player. I think Kirkby is too. He plays like on a half-forward flank. He's about quite a tall player and just comes in every now and again. Doesn't do a lot, but when he does it well. And that was a bit of a game-breaking goal there. That's really put a bit of margin between the two sides when it's statistically North Adelaide have had most of the play.
Gee, what a mark that was from Kirkby. A bit reminiscent of Jason Dunstall about 15 years ago up in Queensland when he took that spectacular mark. And Kirkby as well, a former Hawthorn rookie listed player. And he's another handy addition that the Tigers have gained in the past couple of seasons, just to complement that forward line. So Cranston winning a lot of the ball. Allen, he's getting on top now. Ben Kane's been switched into the midfield. Now he'll just bang this long. He's got about 4 or 5 options up there. Well done there by that player in Cunningham, who's probably been one of North's best players today. And the Roosters will get out of trouble here through the agency of Ward, the former Melbourne defender. Wright and Kane, and the ball spills out of play, and Jim, Glenelg just making the most of their opportunities.
Yeah, and that centre clearance there was a couple of weeks ago. They kicked 7 goals in the first quarter against Central Districts, and it was exactly a replica of that, where Cranston would put it down Ty Allen's throat and bomb it long into that very tall forward line.
Footy comes away, and we'll have another ball up as Uni rips it out of the youngster Adlington's hands. He's played a very good game today, Adlington. And Cranston hands to the footy, ends up with Ward. Back there to Gay, taking it was Archard, under pressure. And he may have been held on a bit long, Archard, on that occasion. He'll take the free kick just backward of centre for the Roosters, who are in desperate need of a major. Plays on, looks in the direction of Brown. At the back is Ivans. Not accustomed to crummy in the forward line, Luke Ivans. Here's Wintle. No, but nicely taken away there by Sugars. Beautiful handball. Here's McConnell in time and space. Little chip kick out there in the front of Grimer. On the bounce, back to McConnell, who kept running. Beautiful tackle by young Wright, but he's played in the back. And McConnell will take the free members wing. McConnell, he's got plenty of options down the ground if he can get it going. Elects to take his time. Here's the lead of Kirkby.
He's got the free. That's 2 in a row. The North supporters are getting very, very hot under the collar of the umpiring at the moment.
So Kirkby, the man who seems to slip under the guard in that Glenelg forward line, kicks it now towards Holmes. Certainly a chance to be drafted at the end of the year. Holmes, just 19 and impressing this season. So he's got Grimer, he's got McConnell, he's got Doldig. He's got about a million options up there. Also Sellers up there. Backwell. And the North Adelaide defence doing pretty well today. Glenelg starting to get on top now in general play, Jim.
Yeah, North Adelaide, for all their effort, we think they've played pretty well today. They've only kicked 1 goal as we're, 12 minutes on the Rouvray painting
services time clock.
Time clock, yeah.
Good Glenelg family, 0401 136 393. Give Brett a call.
And of course, Paul Rouvray, a former champion at both Glenelg and also represented the Adelaide Crows. So Glenelg and North, both sides usually have a bit of a shootout. Today, the complete opposite. 5 goals have only been scored, and we're, as Jim said, almost halfway through this second quarter. Holmes, cleverly done on his left side, kicks it in. Oh, Grimer, you beauty!
Grimer kicks his first, and Glenelg now skip away to 5 goals, 1-31, leading North 1-5-11. The margin out to 20 points, Jim.
Yeah, and I could see Daniel's very excited about Grimer there as his true colours coming out, but we've said it before in Glenelg games, he is definitely the recruit of the year in SANFL. They've paid a lot of money for him, no doubt, but he's the sort of player they're going to need if they want to feature in early October this year.
Well, the minor premiership will go a long way to securing that position for them, Jim. Footy comes away. That's, of course, they can hang on to the minor premiership. Backwell away to Kane. Running off the half-back line there for the Tigers was Kellock. And Mules was harassed. Stark couldn't pick it up for the Roosters. He's back on it, though, and gets the ball away. Backwell's in there, and Kirkby is in everything at the moment, is tackled to the ground.
Yeah, just get that feeling, as you said, Daniel, that Glenelg are starting to get on top. It's pretty well one-way traffic now. That is the scoring end, and they're making the most of it at the moment.
They certainly are. They're getting on top through the midfield and up forward. Here's Doldig. He's got a chance. He gives a clever handball. Out now towards Kirkby, ends up with it. Bode. Well done by Cunningham. Him and Ward have been combining well back there. Over to the North Adelaide player in white. Mules. He's had the best of Uni today. On the wing. Fisher. Kicks it over now. Backwell. He's got the run of the ball here. He'll probably kick this. He handballs over, though, to Block, who goes for his second goal. And what's he done? Oh, he just misses. And North Adelaide let off the hook there. Glenelg have had all the play in this last 5 or 6 minutes or so. So Glenelg now on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock go to 5:2:32. North Adelaide 1:5:11.
Roosters bring the ball back in. It was Pfeiffer. Nice long kick in the direction of Wakeland. Holds his ground nicely there on Cranston. Did well for North Adelaide. Allen kicks in the middle of the ground to Ryswick, who takes the footy. It's kicked around the body. McGay slips over. He's got Ivans running for him. He's got Thompson. Thompson's got the option of right, but he goes more direct in the direction of Stewart. Couldn't take the mark. Alloway around his body. Is he going to get the leg break? But it's gone too far.
Gee.
Away to the left-hand side, and North register their 6th point. 1-6-12, trailing the Bays, 5-2-32.
Yeah, looks scoring does look difficult down that end. North Adelaide coming down, bringing the ball down this grandstand side, finding it very difficult to find the middle of the goals.
Panozzo, the man who kicked 6 goals out of Glenelg's 9 goals against Norwood last year in a match on a Friday night, now entrusted with the kicking in duties. Brings it in.
Here's a chance.
Here's a big chance. Ryswick has a kick at goal, and I think he's kicked it.
Wow.
Yes, he has.
And he's a very capable player, very pacey wingman, Ryswick, who gets a lot of goals running down the ground like that. And maybe that's the way to use the wind, come in from that side, because the ball went straight through the middle. Most of their kicks from the other side seem to be dragging across. Great goal. It's kept the game alive.
Grandstand trying to lift the home team here. Much needed goal. Back to 14 points. Not out of the game by any means. They've had a lot of the footy. Just haven't made the most of their opportunities. As the scoreboard tells, they're 1 scoring shot extra thanks to Cockatoo Ridge Wines. In the centre again. Krieg coming into the middle for the Roosters. Doing the tagging job on Allen. Ryswick again. Another possession on the left boot. Kicks out in front of Uni. It was a magnificent left foot pass. Here's Archard. He's going to be tackled. He goes over the top to Krieg, who straightens his body on the right foot. Leading out there was Stewart. Play on set the umpire.
Unlucky.
In fact, it was Wintle.
Yep.
And Wintle, not a happy man, letting the umpire know he thought that ball carried.
Well, if you've got the DVD or you want to buy one, have a rewind now and see, just see if he did take that mark.
Certainly can. You can ring Charles up and get a copy of this fantastic game, and certainly a lot of highlights already.
82711669 is Charles's number.
Give it a call. Get a copy. Allen to Fisher. Here goes that man in Sherwood. Kicks it long. Looking for Doldig. And the ball will spill out of play on the outer wing. We've had 18 minutes now on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. Glenelg lead by 14 points on the Pine Lodge match of the day.
And just going back to that passage of play, Krieg was in the same position as Ryswick. Could have gone for goal if he had trusted himself instead of the pass, and I was hoping he did, because it was a very, very similar situation to Ryswick. Right in the same spot. Should have gone, maybe in hindsight, gone for goal.
Yep, it's been the story of the day, hasn't it? They just haven't quite taken those opportunities, but a number of them like that have been under pressure,
close. Though. Yeah, that mark may have been paid and it might have been a different story.
Footy's away there, and Allen is always in the action, pursued over the line by Hinge. Ball's kicked out on the full by the look of it, and Hinge is going to take the free. Hinge on the outer side. His kick is low, but it's intercepted by Ryswick, who's been in the action in the last 5 minutes. Ryswick. Breeze really favouring that outer side. Most of the footy's been over there today. Ryswick called to play on. Kicks in towards the centre of the ground. There's a beautiful kick to Tarquin Brown. Tarquin Brown feeds off to Uni. Uni's got his teammate in right, but under the footy there was Panozzo. Judging it better, the kick was favourable for Panozzo.
Oh, gee. 50 metres, I think. I think umpire Gary Feeler, the man who's had quite a bit of AFL experience this season, has given the Glenelg side a, well, normally it's a 25-metre penalty in the SANFL. That's certainly even longer than a 50, I reckon.
Well, what for?
And
no one saw it.
No one knows. Panozzo goes long. He's got Seller. McConnell, been a bit quiet today and well tackled. And McConnell, probably the one Glenelg forward who hasn't really got
As soon
into
as
the
you
game.
say that, though, Daniel, he's going to bob up and kick 2 or 3. You know it every time. I think you're probably hoping that's going to happen.
Well, I think the crowd, the Glenelg crowd in front of us does. So Allen, he's probably been North's best player all season, not just today. Kicks the ball now towards that player in brown. Now here's a chance for the Roosters, but the kick won't come off. Rudolph, Panozzo, right.
Oh,
Gee.
No, the umpire was blindsided there.
That's a hometown decision, I think, guys.
Yep.
So here goes Brett White, the vice captain. Oh, what a mark by Stewart. The former Queensland junior has come up and plucked an absolute specky, and will go back now to a chance to reduce this margin to 8 points here, Jim.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lucky break for North Adelaide for a change. That umpire didn't see that Wright ducked his head there, and Bowden was a perfect tackle, actually. He did not get him high. It was more of a ducked head, and now here's the opportunity to make this game a lot closer.
And he's got it. He's got it, Stewart. 14 goals in his 11th game. And the Roosters, they cut that margin. Let's not write them off just yet.
No, they're going to play out of their skins today. They obviously, Glenelg are the measuring stick of the competition, and you just can't waste opportunities like they have and expect to beat them. But now they're only, 8 points down. We've got a game on our hands.
23 and a half minutes in on the Rouvray Paint Services time
even
clock.
woke Rocket Rooster up there.
So the Roosters, consecutive goals. First time today, O'Hara and Cranston. Fisher kicks it out of the centre for the Bays. Forward he goes, but McGay takes a defensive mark, doing the tagging job on Backwell. Cunningham's handball over to Allen, just knocks up getting kicks. On the left boot, towards the wing, Uni. Good contest there on the youngster in Adlington. He's been given the free in the back. Uni plays on. Bit of momentum going the Roosters' way towards Alloway over his head. Wintle gathers. Handball over the top to Thompson. Oh, he's got to hold his feet. Beautifully done by the Tigers there in block. And block there winning a crucial 50-50 ball for the Tigers, just wresting the momentum away from North Adelaide, Daniel.
Well, that was, as you said there, Rob, an important ball, and North Adelaide had the run of it there. And Block, not only did he win possession, he kicked it forward about 40 metres and just settled things down there for the Tigers, because they've been under a bit of siege in the last 5 minutes.
Block like Adlington and these type of players, Lally, are in and out of the side, and it's a very strong side, and they have to play that well week after week to just stay in the side.
They certainly do. Here goes Seller, the Adelaide Crows listed player, the only AFL listed player in the Glenelg lineup today, and he kicks it long. And Doldig is there, well tackled there by Cunningham, and we'll have another ball up. We're well into time on here, and Glenelg, well, they only lead by 8 points when just 10 minutes ago they looked like running away with this game. So here go the Roosters. Alloway, the Foss Williams medalist. There's a big contest here, well done by Panozzo. Sherwood, he's been handy today. Over
Where's
to Bode.
his teammates, Alloway?
Fisher. And here's this Glenelg forward line. He just kicks it long, hoping for any one of them, because there's about 6 options up there. Salah's one of them. And well tackled there by O'Hara. Looks to be a North Adelaide player down in, and that player there is Gorman.
Yeah, you want to mention it, Rob. I think it was left to his own there, Alloway. There was 4 or 5 Glenelg players there to mop that ball up. They really need more support in the forward line here.
Coming away was Ryswick. In trouble, Allen gets the kick away as he always does to Ivans. Back to Krieg. Little handball to Allen. In the 1-2, Uni in front, doesn't gather. On Adlington, good contest. Brown's got to go hard for the Roosters. Sugars was there. Ryswick and the siren. So the Roosters there with the last 2 goals of the quarter, keeping themselves right in this contest. Glenelg 5-2-32 leading North Adelaide 3-6-24 thanks to Cockatoo Ridge Wines. And Jim, you want to go through the goal kickers?
Yeah, there's not a lot today. It's been a very low-scoring game, but Glenelg have got 5 and 2 to Matty Bode has been crucial goals. Grimer, Block and Kirkby, and just the 3 for North Adelaide. We've got Daniel Stewart who kicked that late goal then. We've got also Ryswick who kicked the goal in that quarter, and James Allen who kicked their only goal in the first quarter.
Players, officials and umpires only. At half-time, you're now permitted to enter the ground once the melee has taken position. And please stay within the designated Be Active kick and catch area marked by the orange cones. At the end of the game, please stay off the ground until...
Welcome back to the Prospect Oval for the Pine Lodge match of the day. Glenelg leading North Adelaide 5-2-32 to 3-6-24. And Jim, blustery conditions, even contest.
Yep, the conditions have marred the spectacle a bit, but it's a very, very willing game at the moment with only 8 points difference. Let's hope North Adelaide can keep that energy level up that they did late in the second quarter and match it with Glenelg.
Very cold conditions indeed as well today, especially even in the grandstand it's cold. Bounce down. O'Hara up there against Cranston. Leading in the race is Archard. Hands off to Wintle. Wintle's got right. He's going to be set upon here, but he's quick enough to get away. Away comes Gorman on the left boot out in front of Alloway. Couldn't take the mark. Rudolph infringed though. Punched the arms away of Alloway and he'll take the free kick.
Alloway better be careful. He had a little crack there at Backwell. He went on it reversed.
Alloway plays on this way, that way. In the end, drives long towards centre half forward to a contest. At the back of the pack, they're taking a good mark in defence for the Tigers with Backwell. Backwell's kick is out wide. That was Panozzo. His kick finding Fisher. And Alloway punched Fisher.
Yep.
Alloway a little bit frustrated out there today. The delivery's been ordinary to him and his frustration showing.
So Fisher, the man who's come back into this Glenelg lineup today after that injury he suffered against Centrals, and well, the locals aren't happy here. Kirkby's got a free kick, and what's more, on his left foot as well, so he's going to kick this one long. He's got Grimer, he's got Doldig. Instead decides to go short to Panozzo. Panozzo, it's a booming kick, looking for Doldig.
Nearly.
Almost took the mark, but here's Bode, using all of his AFL experience to draw another one through for the Tigers. Brilliant play.
And that's the third goal to Bode, and he is definitely the difference between the two sides today. Roving and goal-scoring ability. For Glenelg to have only 6 goals on the board and Bode have half of them, that's very unusual, Daniel, isn't it, to with all those goal sneaks in the side.
Well, it's amazing that McConnell hasn't registered a goal, either as Doldig, Seller yet to kick a goal, and Bode, well, he's probably could be used in that AFL Crow side at the moment, the way that their forward line's functioning.
Bounce down, Cranston. There's O'Hara, Wintle's in there as well. Allen kicks it away for the Roosters. Here's Ryswick, needs to use his pace. His left foot kicks out in front of Stewart, who drops the mark on the chest. In there is Wright, and wrapped up there by 2 bays, Sherwood and Mules. Their tackling is a feature of their game and has been for a number of years under Mick and Jim.
That's right, and this particular year, though, they've grown another leg, Glenelg. They definitely are the form side of the comp under the tutelage of Mark Micken.
Here's O'Hara, back to Allen. Geez, he's had a lot of the footy. To Ivans, on the right foot, out in front there, and the mark's taken by Uni. Uni found space, and he'll kick right in front of that cricket club there for about 45 metres out, and he'll have the breeze pretty much behind his back, I reckon.
Yeah, and it must put these through training all the time. It's the win is tricky, but he's got a lot of experience, and he's, as Daniel said earlier, was their leading goal kicker last year. He's kicked 230 goals for the club, so this should be, as usual, it will swing across and just scraped in for a point. No, the umpire's giving it a free to the Bays anyway.
Be very disappointed with that finish, Uni.
Gee, I tell you what, the Roosters have had a few chances up that end of the ground in particular. The ball seems to be just with the wind just going away from the goal, so they're kicking. Yeah, just amazing.
Well, they've got to learn to work the wind.
So Hinge, he gets a free kick, gives it over to Backwell. He'll get better the longer this game goes. Not with that kick though, and it goes to Cunningham, who hasn't been North's worst player today.
This bloke has been the best.
There's no doubt about that, Allen. He's the he's a heartbeat of this North Adelaide side, one of the premier midfielders in the SANFL. Kicks it though straight to Panozzo. Fisher now he's all on his own here. Fisher, he can go long, he can look for Kirkby. Gorman's on him. The Adelaide Crows listed player. Clever handball, and the Roosters. That was Stark. Did brilliantly. And the ball goes out on the outer wing towards Ryswick.
Ryswick now kicks inboard. Wintle's caught underneath it, but he caught one high. He'll take the free kick. Darryl Wintle, very polished performer over a number of years for the Roosters. If you wanted to have a North Adelaide player kicking into the forward line, it'd be him. And that's what he's going to do here. He's got Stewart on a very long lead. Looks in that direction. And the kick was magnificent. Stewart not paid the mark. Play on. In there. Hard for the Roosters was Krieg, and Fisher's not making any effort to get that out of there. That's holding the ball. So Krieg will take the footy, 65 out for the Roosters.
How good are these lights, do you reckon, Rob? Because there's 50 metres, 25.
This is a big play here.
That's going to give them a scoring opportunity. It's so dark here at half-time. I'd say by the end of the game, we'll need lights on, I think. And I'm not sure these lights have ever been used in expected to be used in a game before.
I said it a couple of weeks ago. It's very lucky that games start at 2 o'clock, not 2:20. If it started at 2:20, it would be dark. It would be a West Indies World Cup situation. Krieg, 45 out, kicks towards goal. He's missed to the right.
Wasted opportunities, North Adelaide.
These North Adelaide players not seeming to learn from previous mistakes, keeping missing to the right.
Yeah, that would have been handed to him on a plate with the first the free and then the penalty, but they're not taking opportunities.
Well, speaking of lights, I was at the parade last Saturday for the game Nord v West. They actually put the lights on halfway through the game. It was a Saturday afternoon fixture in similar conditions. So here go the Roosters.
So that means all Nord's games this year have been under lights.
Under lights. And I think that's that man Sugars, who's had a lot of the ball. Panozzo, as we mentioned earlier, kicked 6 goals for Glenelg in a game last year when Glenelg only kicked 9. And this season has been played mainly in defence. Kicks to Sherwood, the veteran. Now he's looking for Grimer. Well done by Gorman, who's growing in stature. Over now. Now that's Ryswick, one of the quickest players in the league. Now with Gill out of the side, he has to chip short. They've lost Damon White, of course, as well, so North Adelaide not kicking as long into that forward line. Now Doldig, clever mark, clever handball too. Unselfishly done by Bode. Over to Hinge, and he's kicked an absolute ripper for the Tigers.
That just about sums up the difference between the two sides. Glenelg not going to attack as much as North Adelaide this quarter in particular, and every time they do, they use the wind properly. They're coming down this grandstand flank. You can actually guide the ball through. Very, very skillful. North Adelaide's wasted opportunities. Basically, they've had more scoring shots, so they should be staying closer than this.
Ryswick in the game for his pace and use of the ball. Turned it straight over, and then when he went to spoil, lost his feet. 2 crucial errors, and the Bays extend their lead to 19 points. O'Hara couldn't get the knock away. It's cleared away by the Bays. Here's Doldig on Cunningham. Good recovery by Doldig. Running through his Kane. Gets his handball away. Good football. In there was Archer, but Connell got the handball away. Bode on the right foot. Look at this boy go. Around the body. Matthew Bode. Class all round. He kicks his 4th goal, and Glenelg taking control. 8-2-50, leading the Roosters 3-7-25, thanks to Cockatoo Ridge Wines.
And he just seems to be maintaining that half the score of Glenelg. He's having a day out, and Daniel, you were with us at North Oval the night they kept North to 1 goal. Bode was BOG that night, so he might be polling a few McGarry medal votes at the moment. He's certainly on the votes today, the way he's going.
I'll tell you what, he could certainly still be playing AFL football the way he's been playing in the last month. He's just injury-free, getting better and better with every game, and as it stands, he's the difference between the two sides. So Cranston to Holmes on his left foot. Doldig just steps up every now and again when Glenelg need him to Fisher. Here's Hinge, he's bobbed up in the forward line. He's looking for Seller. Is it Grimer? It's Grimer. Oh, McConnell. And McConnell, the man that Glenelg normally rely on for those freakish goals. It's been Bode today, and Jim, good signs for Glenelg that McConnell's been quiet and Glenelg still are in charge here.
Yeah, but I won't write him off yet. He will still feature heavily in the goals by the end, knowing what I've seen of him in the past.
9.5 minutes in on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. Ward brings it in. There's Stark, kick along the outer side. But at the back was Cranston. Here's Fisher. His kicks towards the goal square. Over Grimer's head. Another one! Oh, it's raining goals at the Prospect Oval. 9-3-57 as the top side in Glenelg really start to get on top now. 3-7-25 the Roosters, thanks to Cockatoo Ridge Wines.
North Adelaide had their chances early in this quarter, and we were a bit annoyed that they didn't take advantage of the play they had, because you just let Glenelg into the game. They've got certainly special skills, and they're making this game a mockery at the moment. If this continues, we won't have the close finish we're expecting.
So straight kicking. Basically here today, the difference between the two sides. Glenelg have kicked 9 goals, 3-57. The Roosters 3-7-25. Only 2 more scoring shots Glenelg have had, and yet they lead this game by 32 points on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. We've gone 11 minutes, and Glenelg seemingly in charge of this contest as we have another ball up here. And gee, Jim, what do you think the Roosters can do to get back in this one?
Well, I think we've stated a few times they are missing some of their tall forwards, and it's Eloi's the only real forward strength they've got at the moment, and he's been well held by Sam Rudolph today, so Glenelg have just got all the answers. I can't see it. I can't see it.
So they certainly are, as you said, they're missing the likes of Damon White, Nick Gill and Loney, who have been, well, pretty much permanent fixtures this season for the North Adelaide side, especially White and Loney. Not out here today. Allen. Now, that kick's gone looking for Ivans. It's ended up with Mules there. Doldig, what's he doing in defence? Has a bounce, if you don't mind. That's how well the Tigers are going. To Mules. Holmes ends up with it on his left foot. Now Hinge, he's been important in this. Oh, and he does a clever little bit of play there, Hinge, as a half forward. Normally lines up in defence. The ball ends up with Sherwood.
Speaking of defenders.
Looking for Grimer, and he's got it. Oh, and he plays on, if you don't mind, and kicks it straight through the middle. Here go the Tigers. They are premiership contenders, and with the likes of Grimer up there, that's why.
Contenders?
Well,
favourites.
They are favourites, but I'll tell you what, they've got to keep doing this for a few more weeks.
You don't win premierships in July, do you?
No, you certainly don't win premierships in July.
But if there was to be a premiership in July, I think it's theirs at the moment, because they've beaten Sturt last week. They thrashed Centrals the week before. North Adelaide are no answer to them, and they're just not letting off. Their only bad performance this year was round 1 against South Adelaide.
Well, they haven't set the world on fire in the last few weeks, the Bays, but they certainly have in this. Mind you, they've been winning, not in their best form.
They've been playing the better sides, though.
They have been, but they certainly have set the world on fire in this third quarter.
This is
Fisher,
brilliant football.
Took away. It was Allen. Allen's kick goes forward. Grimer in front, couldn't take the mark. Beautiful contest by him.
That's that man.
Hinge, Bode, Kirkby. His kick's around the body.
Look
it's
at
a high.
Doldig.
It's going to go out of bounds. No, it doesn't. It bounces back towards Cunningham. Cunningham's kick out towards Thompson. Thompson now, back pocket for the Roosters.
was it who heard that shot for goal? Doldick was blasting him. It was all on his own. Could have been another goal.
Beautiful, desperate spoil away there on the outer side of the ground by Captain Benny Mills, who's played a brilliant game on uni today.
Yeah, as you said there, Jim, Kirkby probably could have done better with that one. He had a few options. Doldig was one of them, but he decided to go for goal. He didn't kick it. This man's been very important. Hinge over to Fisher. And what's he done?
Oh,
Whoa!
nearly.
Glenelg fans going up around the ground, but it's only a point.
A rare miss for Glenelg.
As you said there, they've a rare miss. They got a 10-4-64. The Roosters 3-7-25. We've gone 15 minutes on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock here at Prospect Oval. So Daniel Ward, who lists his highlight as playing for Melbourne in the 2000 Grand Final, as his, well, the biggest highlight of his career, and today certainly not one of the highlights of Ward's career. He played over 100 games for Melbourne, and today he's been under siege.
Although one of the special moments of the game when he brought down McConnell in the goal square was a highlight for him. It was a great play.
He certainly hasn't been North's worst player, and he's certainly getting better with every week. So they're looking now for that man McConnell. As Jimbo said, he just steps up when you least expect it, and he'll play on too. He'll go for goal, and he misses.
He hasn't added the goal kickers yet, but it's coming. I can feel it.
But more importantly, Glenelg's lead now stretches to a game-high 40 points, and they bring it into play, and that man Grimer, the man who's come into the Glenelg lineup this season, just to top off that forward line along with Matthew Bode, and gee, Jim...
they're imploding at the moment, North. The pressure's got to them, and they just can't compete with this very, very talented side at the moment. That's poor play.
So Grimer lining up for his third goal. Directly in front, about 40 metres out. Put down your glasses, straight through the middle. The Tigers go on their merry way.
Grimer, third goal for him. And the pressure, as Jim said, definitely getting to the Roosters. And what will happen from here, Jim, do you think? Will Glenelg go on and boost that percentage up towards the double blues?
I think so. Look, I've seen a bit of Glenelg this year, and once they've got their foot on the accelerator, they'll keep it on, and they enjoy playing good football. You can see by their body language when they're kicking goals at the moment. They're doing it for each other. They're celebrating. Why wouldn't you just keep it going?
Footy in the centre. It's going to be a free kick coming back to young Wrighton there. And he's always one of North's best players, right? In and under, hard at it, tries for all four quarters every week. Out towards the captain, Wintle. Wintle takes and breaks. 60 metres out, his pass is just over the head of Ryswick. Just a fraction high. And he'll be disappointed with that, Wintle. He's normally a beautiful user of the footy.
Yeah, it was... North Adelaide were right in this game, 5 or 6 minutes in, and were really anticipating, an even contest to the end. But within about 10 minutes of footy, Glenelg have just blown this game away. 17
minutes in, thanks to Rouvray Painting Services. Football in the North Adelaide 50, but we'll have another ball up.
And Rob, certainly made a very good point there that Glenelg percentage is well below Sturt's, even though, as we see Thompson run in there and kick a point, Glenelg's percentage is only 58 as a top side. Sturt's is 62, so certainly a lot of ground to make up. This is Holmes onto Panozzo. He's got a few options. One of them is Grimer. Sellers there. Ivans leads him to the ball. Well done in the end by Ivans. Over to Cunningham. Gorman. Bode's on his hammer, but he does brilliantly. Clears the ball out. The Roosters. In the end, the ball spills out here to Archard now. Mules. V Archard. I'd back Mules every time. V Ryswick, I should say, and Mules did brilliantly there. But I guess you can't question Ryswick's endeavour today, Jim. He's been not North's worst player.
No, kicked a nice goal in the second quarter. I will say, though, this game's got 3 ways it can go. Glenelg can keep doing this and entertaining football, or North Adelaide can make a comeback. I'd hate to see Glenelg just blow them away now and just leave it to a boring finish.
Great pressure there by the Bays. Here's Panozzo. Holmes is on his own on the wing. He'll take it and go if it sits. It does beautifully. Here he goes. Kicks out towards the lead there. Oh, it was an ordinary kick out in front of Seller. Gorman gathers. Back in board to Wakeland. Under pressure to Spawn. Beautifully done out of trouble by Spawn. Such a cool player under pressure, Trent Spawn. Thompson. His kick finds Allen. Allen's got Ivans, ignores that option. Further down the line, Uni storming out, good kick. Uni's now 80 metres from goal. Kicks in towards the forward line, the lead of Stewart. Strong pair of hands on that occasion. Plays on quickly. He's got Wright. Wright's going to meet the footy. 50 out, this way, that way. Check side on the right foot. What a goal! Daniel Wright. Excellent goal for the Roosters. 4-8-32, trailing the Tigers 11-5-71, Jim.
You know, they needed that, like, very much so. I'm not sure that's too late, but if Glenelg probably won't let them get enough goals to get back into this game. But next week, North Adelaide venture to Cooper Stadium to play Norwood, who will be vying for a similar position on the premiership table. So, not that they have to start thinking about next week yet, this game to complete, but it doesn't get any easier week after week.
And I'll tell you what, a lot of people have been talking about Norwood v North Adelaide as the elimination final, but North Adelaide probably need to start winning because Port Adelaide and the Eagles are hot on their tails at the moment, and North Adelaide now suddenly in a fight just to make the 5. So the ball now, we're at the 21-minute mark here on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock, and Glenelg led this contest by 39 points, this round 14 game. Cranston in the ruck. Bode's in there. And the umpire's pulled out a free kick. Ivans looking for Alloway. Rudolph does well. Today. He's been, well, he's probably had the better of him all day, Rudolph. And Uni's another one of those North forwards who just hasn't stood up today, has he, Jim?
No, and Rudolph's done a great effort, and I've seen Rudolph have, hold Brent Chambers to 7 goals one day, and it looks, it sounds a bit corny, but he played a fantastic game on him. He had a lot of supply, and he always gets the best forward, and today he's had LOA, and it's given him nothing.
And interestingly, that Daniel Hargraves and Ian Perry are both playing for other sides. They're both former North Adelaide players, and I'll tell you what, both of those two would be handy in the north side today. The ball spills out, and we're at the 22-minute mark here, Rob, and gee, I think North just need the next 2 goals here.
No, I don't think they can get up and win from here. They've kicked 4 for the day. They're going to have to kick another 8, 9 to win. So
without Glenelg getting any.
Yep.
So I think the curtains come down on this, on the 2 premiership points, but it's just a matter of North trying to take something into next week.
And interesting that the fall from grace from playing in last year's grand final. The captain in Darryl Wintle said that the loss of Dean Howard has impacted very greatly to this club.
Right, high kick towards the front of the square, Alloway at the back, didn't take the mark. Beautifully crumbed by Hinge. Here's Bode, right-handed handball, back to Hinge, got time, has a bounce, he'll be shepherded by Holmes. Well done, good team play, the Bays. Grimer's at the back, he's got the set, flies high, can't take the mark. Well done by Stark.
Great second effort.
Gee, what an effort.
What team footy by the Tigers, tackling, shepherding, good use of the footy. They are the real deal.
Grimer there tried to take a big spectacular mark over his opponent, wasn't able to get into the right position, but still able to bring him down with a great tackle, great effort.
Ball away, here's Hinge, tackled by Ivans, just shrugged him away. Backwell sells the dummy, 45 out on the boundary line, little kick towards goal. It's gathered there by Krieg. His handball over the top to Thompson. Gorman's there as well, but Thompson clears away for the Roosters.
So the Roosters through Ward, who's well, he's taken that Ben Hart mantle back there in defence this season for the Roosters. Allen, he left it behind. McGregor. Luckily for the Roosters, they've got enough numbers around the ball. Allen to Ryswick. They just need to get a goal, just to create a bit of scoreboard pressure. Over to Wintle. As Jim said, this could be his last season in the SANFL. Now he's looking for Uni. And that's one of the rare times today that Uni's had the better of Mules. Now normally he's got Damon White and Nick Gill up here. He doesn't have either of them today. So he has to kick long. Looking for Alloway. Oh! What a beauty!
Well, that's the mark of the day so far. We've seen a couple of nice marks earlier, but Alloway's always up for it. And first time he hasn't had the spoil by Rudolph. And it should be an easy goal. Hasn't kicked one either, which is really unusual for Alloway.
I tell you what, that was one of the marks of the year there by Alloway. And
no!
Can you believe it, Jim? He's missed.
Well, it's not their day when he's missing. He was only 10 metres out, straight in front. Shocking error not to kick that goal. Saw him take the mark of the year out here at Prospect Oval against Central District last year. He's very capable. What did he kick, 8 or so in the state game? Not 7?
He kicked 6.
Six or seven.
So he was fantastic as a lead-up centre forward in that game.
Rudolph away for the Bays to Sherwood, the two key defenders in this side. Sherwood goes around his opponent. Just tackled though, but gets it away. The way there for the Tigers was Allen, but his kick is intercepted by Gorman across the half-back line. Hasn't played a bad game. Gorman towards the outer side again. Leading player is Uni. Uni looks inboard. He's got his captain there on the centre wing. Can the Roosters build something just before the three-quarter time siren? Stewart's going to fly and takes a good mark. If he plays on quickly, he's got right in the middle. Alloway's running back to the square. He does move it on quickly. Goes long. Alloway in good position. Takes the mark. Good kick by Stewart to his advantage.
Credit to Alloway. He must be feeling bad about that missed shot and needed to take responsibility and get a quick goal to replace that one he should have kicked earlier. But the wind has dropped a bit, boys. I think we're seeing more open football now with definitely not as, certainly still cold, but certainly not as windy.
Alloway's kick is accurate, so North Adelaide move along to 5-9-39, trailing the Bays only by 32 points, who are 11-5-71.
And that's 14 shots to 16. The scoreboard suggests that the game's a lot closer than it really is.
Exactly right there, Jim. Glenelg, even though they lead this contest by 32 points, have, I guess, played in patches. They've just had a good little patch in this third quarter that's separated the two sides. But apart from that, North Adelaide have probably had more possessions. And as you said, Glenelg have only had 2 more scoring shots, but lead this game on the, by 32 points on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. We've gone 27 minutes, and I just think for the Roosters, if they can get the next goal, they're not entirely out of it if they can have, obviously, a fantastic last quarter, which is their trademark, their last quarters in recent times. So Allen, well tackled though. That's Glenelg's trademark. Their tackling under Mark Micken has improved significantly.
Well, no one could forget the performance they put up against Sturt at Adelaide Oval, round 23 last year. They were 50 points down in the third quarter and got up and won it comfortably. So anything can happen if you've got the right mindset.
So here goes Holmes. He's been just a handy link man all day. He's looking upboard for Kirkby. Well done there by Cunningham. Gets it over to Ivans. And once again, we'll see a ball up here. We're at the 28-minute mark here. Rouvray Painting Services time clock. And Rob, see if you can get this one out of this area.
Ball up. Zohara over the top was Bode. And just quickly, if you want to call Brett Rouvray, 0401 136 393. We'll look after you. Good Glenelg family.
That's for painting.
Painting services.
Okay, make sure that's what it is looking after him for.
Rouvray Painting Services.
Might need him
Throw
myself.
In. O'Hara to Wright. Wright's kick around the body. Well taken there by Adlington. Adlington's kick in towards the forward line. Back went McConnell. Couldn't take the mark. There's Wright. Handballs to Gorman. They're under pressure, under siege. Doldig around the body goes Allen, was it?
Might have been blocked.
Might have been blocked, and he's kicked the goal for the Bays. Oh, he's missed it.
Oh, gee.
Put that one down, but
gee.
Was it touched?
Looked a goal from here, but must have been either touched or just missed.
As the big blow-up North Adelaide footballer just about fell over there with that, behind the goals.
Ward kicks to himself, runs around McConnell, runs around Bode.
Oh, gee.
Gets a handball away to Krieg. Krieg's handball out in front of Brett White. Brett White's kick along the outer side.
Gee.
And what's going on here? I think he was...
Went out of play, can you believe it? He ran out of play then in the end, and I guess that sums up North Adelaide's day, just when they're trying to get a bit of a run on, just not happening for them. So Doldig versus O'Hara. And it's a scrappy contest here at the moment, and we've actually gone 30 minutes here in the Rouvray punting circuit time clock, and right, well, we've actually had the siren there, so
Couldn't hear it.
couldn't hear that one, but Glenelg now lead this contest here at three-quarter time. They lead by 33 points. They are 11-6-72. Roosters are 5-9-39. And Jim, can we have the goal kickers?
Okay, we've got a bit of competition here, but we'll do our best. Obviously, with 11 goals, Glenelg now got 4 to Boat, playing a great game, 3 to Grimer, 1 each to Fisher, Block, Hinge, Kirkby, and for North Adelaide, all singles, Alloway, Stewart, Allen, Wright and Riswick.
Until after the second siren, when players and officials have left the field. After the second siren, the Be Active Kick and Catch program will start. Kick and Catch is proudly brought to you by Be Active, a state government initiative encouraging all South Australians to be active in as many ways as we can.
Welcome back to the Pine Lodge match of the day here at the Prospect Oval, and Glenelg 11-6-72, 5-9-39, and back in the centre, Cranston up for the Bays. Krieg was there, kicking away for the Bays was Cranston, kick towards the forward line, good mark in front there by Grimer. Grimer now 60 metres from goal. He can just about snuff out any hope the Roosters have got. He can go back and load a bomb. This is what he does. Very close to the man on the mark. High, long kick, but a good defensive mark taken there by Cunningham. Or was it Gorman? Ivan's away for the Roosters. Kicking out there in front of Cunningham, who attacks the footy beautifully. He's tackled without the football and will receive the free kick. Cunningham feeds off to Allen. Allen's got Krieg out wide. The kick's out in front of him. Not quite enough though. 2 Bays players to 1 Rooster. It was Hinge and Allen. And keeping it in there was Gorman. Here's Allen, back to Holmes. Holmes around, out of trouble from Krieg on the left boot. Centering kick. There's Doldig, but it's Grimer at the back. Brett White is going to clear away for the Roosters.
So here they go through Ivans. And he's looking out there for Thompson, playing his first league game, and he hasn't been too bad either for the Roosters in his debut. So the ball now, it's O'Hara versus Cranston. It's been the story of the day. Cranston continually getting his hands on the ball. So Adam Fisher now. He's been one of Glenelg's best players in the last 3 or 4 seasons. He kicks it long. Well played there by the Roosters in defence. Hinge, he's been important up forward, hasn't he, Jim? Normally a half-back flanker.
Occasionally comes down and kicks a few goals, a bit of a pinch hitter, a couple of games I've seen this year. But you don't have to be a rocket scientist to work out Glenelg's tactics in going forward. They just kick it in long, and they've got 4 big men in that square, and one of them often takes it.
That is the game plan. They get it in quickly, long and direct, in towards the likes of McConnell. Well done, Allen. Follows it up with a tackle. And Krieg, the ball ends up with Allen. He's had a plenty of the football today, and he looks for Riswick. It didn't matter that he didn't drop it because Archard's there. The former Adelaide Crows listed rookie kicks it towards Alloway.
Just starting to get into the game, Alloway. Maybe it's too late, but if he can kick this one, and he's very capable of doing that, they still have a sniff.
So Alloway with perhaps the most important kick of the day. If he can kick this goal, as Jim Huff said, there's still a heartbeat there for the Roosters. So Alloway leans back on it, and well,
that's the day they've had.
That sums it up. He misses.
Glenelg come away. Here's Sugars. Takes a bounce. Runs his full measure. Kicks towards the outer side. The lead of Grimer. But once again, that breeze taking the ball away, and it was Stark who escorted the ball over the line. And we've got Jars down on the boundary still. Now coming up into the box.
He'd be feeling the pressure, Jars, getting them into a grand final last year, and now battling to make the finals. A lot of the fingers are pointing at him, but they just don't have the cattle at the moment. As you said earlier, a lot of tall players missing their forward line, just doing it hard.
Brett White intercepts Backwell's kick. Here's Archard. Handballs onto the run of Ryswick. Ryswick's kick towards full forward. Alloway's going to go for it. Doesn't get it. Takes it on the half volley. Pushes Rudolph away. And good contest there. Beautifully taken by Alloway on the half volley. The kick not quite good enough by Ryswick. And we'll have a ball up 40 metres out from the North Adelaide goal.
So it's Stewart. Castles a ruckman. Uni. Now he normally kicks these.
He does.
Yes, indeed. A beauty by Uni. And that might be the one to get the Roosters going.
As we've stated, we feel they're just a little bit lacking the forward line. Uni is a gun forward, and Alloway is starting to get his hands on the ball again. Wright's played well during the day, but we still haven't had a players kick 2 goals, and they really 16 shots now to actually 17. So they really must make every opportunity count. No hitting the post or anything. Every forward thrust must be a goal, because they've only got a good 20 minutes now to have a chance at winning this game.
Well, they're one of the best last quarter sides in the SANFL. When these two sides last played, North Adelaide kicked 8 goals in the last quarter. They lost the game, but they still outscored Glenelg in that last quarter. So Mules, that's the Glenelg game plan, just to kick it in long and direct to the contest. And the umpire's pulled out a free kick, and that will go. I think that man there might be Stark.
Stark, he's in the dark there.
He's Stark. In stark contrast to being in the light, I guess, because it's not too light out here. So, well, that is not a great kick. It went to about 4 Glenelg players had an option of marking that, and it ended up with Panozzo. He goes in short to Backwell, the McGarry medalist, who probably, well, he had the talent to probably play more AFL football, and I think a bit hard done by, because he's been an absolute sensation in the SANFL. Over to Grimer, to Hinge, who's been a handy half forward in this second half. He's looking for Doldig.
Well done, North Adelaide.
And the Roosters get out of trouble.
Here's Uni, centre wing out aside for the Roosters. Can they build something? Is there some flame left in this fire? Kick towards half forward. Alloway, Ryswick doing the roving. He's quick. His left foot passes around the body in front of Stewart. Couldn't quite take the mark. Gathers, kicks a snap towards goal, and just misses to the near side. And that moves North along to 6-11-47, trailing the Bays 11-6-72 on the Cockatoo Ridgewine scoreboard. Bringing the footy back there for the Tigers.
Oh, there's an opportunity.
Straight to Stewart. Out in front of the Rouvray Painting Services time clock out there, which says 6 minutes and 43 seconds. And if Stewart can kick this, North aren't dead. They're still alive.
They'll have to get on a hurry on, though. They really need goals in a hurry, but it's still possible.
Geez, he'll kick into the teeth of goal here. The teeth of the breeze, my mistake now, Stewart. 45 out. Kicks on the way. It's high. It's across the face. Alloway just over the line. No. And registering another point for North. So they're 6-12. 48, trailing the Bays, 11-6-72.
Well, now they have outscored the Bays as far as scoring shots go.
You're right there, Jim. As you said, North Adelaide have had one more scoring shot, yet trail this game by 4 goals. Panozzo goes out wide. That was Sugars. Now he kicks long. And
Yep,
North Adelaide, they've got a chance here. They've had all the play here in this last quarter. And if they can get a goal out of this, well, we can't write them off. As Jim said, they trailed by 50 points late last year against Sturton, came back and won. Holmes goes out wide, probably to the best man on the ground in Bode. He spills the ball, but that's how good a day he's having. He almost ended up with that one, but probably a good result for the Tigers to just put that ball out of play.
Margin 4 goals. Boundary throw in, O'Hara and Cranston. O'Hara gets hands to the footy on that occasion. There's Bode on Thompson. Bode gets the handball away to Kane. Kane's hurried kick along the outer side boundary line. Contesting the ball there is Thompson. Grimer was up high. Allen handballs over to Bode. Bode's got Holmes around his body. Can he seal it for the Tigers? And his kick goes out of bounds in the left full forward pocket.
Yes, you called that right, Rob. A goal there would have ended any hope North Adelaide have. As it is, it's a tough ask, but they can't let Glenelg score anymore.
Boundary throw in again. Grimer takes
this could be it.
Here's
This
Holmes,
is it.
that man again, and seals it for the Bays. Holmes kicks Glenelg's 12th goal there, 12-6, 78 to North Adelaide, 6-12, 48, thanks to Cockatoo Ridge Wines.
Yeah, that's just shut the lid on the coffin, that one. Gallant performance by North to keep hanging in there, trying, but inaccuracy in front of goals cost them today. Glenelg are just a lot more cleaner with their disposals and will run away with winners.
Holmes kicked the goal, and Glenelg are home.
So no McConnell goal yet. Has he gone a game this year without a goal, Daniel?
Unbelievably,
You're his biggest fan.
Unbelievably, last week he didn't kick one either.
Oh, that's right. He's out of form.
The big game against Sturt in front of 11,800 fans. Today, the crowd not as big, but for Glenelg, it's another win, 11 in a row, if you don't mind. Bode. And we'll have another ball up here, and suddenly North Adelaide, who early in the year were tipped to be a premiership favourite, suddenly now battling to make the 5. They'll be in 5th spot tonight. And Port Adelaide and the Eagles are breathing down their neck. Results didn't go North Adelaide's way this round, with Norwood beating South, Port Adelaide winning as well. So North Adelaide, they've got a big game next week, haven't they, Jim?
And more importantly, losing themselves. That's that fate was in their own hands today, playing the best side in the competition, except they're on their home ground. They had a fair chance that they could have won.
White kicks towards the forward line. There's Stewart and Wakeland over the head there. Block, little left foot pass out in front of Seller. In fact, it's Kirkby. And Kirkby will be awarded a 25-metre penalty there against Gorman. Kirkby. He's got a lot of options in that Glenelg forward line. Can McConnell kick his first? Screaming for the footy was Hinge. Ignored him. Taking his time. Instead he goes out wide to the lead of Bode. Bode plays on the right foot. High kick towards the forward line. Doldig.
Oh!
And in beautiful position, Doldig will line up to kick the Bays' 13th goal and extend the lead to 36 points, Jim.
Yeah, it's elementary now. Certainly if you're a Glenelg supporter, there's plenty of jumping on the bandwagon this year. But if you're looking to give a Glenelg supporter a present, why not get them a whole pack of their games? Because we've got them all on Pine Lodge, many of their big wins, and certainly a year to remember it so far for Glenelg.
Doldig misses to the left-hand side, so at least he didn't make the same mistake as everyone else has, missing to the right. Did allow for that breeze, which has dropped.
And Doldig, that's his first score. I noticed against Central a couple of weeks ago, he didn't score anything at all. He plays full forward in this very star-studded side. Probably needs to contribute just a little bit more on the scoreboard.
It's amazing that Glenelg have kicked a winning score here with Doldig, McConnell and Seller yet to register a goal, but it hasn't mattered because they've had the likes of Hinge, who has bobbed up and just when on cue kicked his second goal. And on go the Tigers to register their 11th consecutive win.
That seems to be the strength of Glenelg. The players like Hinge and Pinozzo and these sort of running players are the ones that seem to week in, week out, always play well, whereas some of these taller blokes fade in and out, and they can afford the luxury of doing that. because Hinge will bob up with goals and get them over the line.
You're spot on there, Jim, and Glenelg don't rely on one forward.
And even in the statistics and the SANFL statistics, they don't have a lot of statistic leaders either, do they, for a top side?
Bounce down again, margin out to 36 points, 37 points now. And it's just a matter of time before Glenelg register win number 11 for the season, and 11 in a row. Thompson wrapped up. And boy, oh boy, I mean, when's this run going to end?
Gee.
Well, it ain't going to be next week because they play West Adelaide, and if West Adelaide get up and win that, that'll be the biggest upset in this decade.
Holmes, handball away there to Panozzo. Panozzo's left foot kick out in front of Hinge. Hinge back to block, couldn't take it. Ivans got him in the back, but not paid. Out towards Ryswick, who gets away with pace on the right foot. Kick out in front of Stewart. Good kick to his advantage. Stewart's got options. He's got Archard running, but he goes into the captain. Just finds him. Wintel's got McGay all on his own. And McGay, well, distance might trouble him, McGay, from
Big
50.
fella,
Should have gone.
He's still calling for it, LOA.
And Uni takes the footy.
This bloke's a good shot for goal, so perhaps McGay did the right thing.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yep,
But it's ended up in the hands of Uni, and there aren't many better hands for it to end up in a North Adelaide Guernsey. Uni, kick from 45, kicked into the man on the mark.
Gee.
That's what he did to me for wrapping him. Out to Thompson, gathers. He's got a bit of time. Sells the dummy, goes around block, bit of pace. His kick's a wobbly one, and Rudolph takes the mark.
Gee, Uni had to kick that goal. He's North Adelaide's leading goal kicker this season, and well, he didn't kick it, and Glenelg gone their merry way. A fine mark in defence there by Rudolph, and ended up with Panozzo, and he's kicked it out in the full though. So the Roosters have a chance here through Thompson. And Kristen Thompson, the 18-year-old, playing his first game at SANFL League level. Kicks it now, looking for Uni.
Got it.
The umpire's paid it. Umpire Gary Feeler said he had enough of it. And a 25-metre penalty. Gee, that's that. I guess that new rule that's come in over the last couple of years, where if you, I guess, mouth off at the umpire, you can be, well, awarded a penalty against you. And
now we had him down for the last one. He shouldn't miss this.
As we said, North Adelaide's leading goal kicker this season lines up for his 28th goal of the year, and he's got it. The North Adelaide side kicked their 7th goal. They go to 7-12-54. They trail Glenelg to a 13-7-85. We're at the 17-minute mark here on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock as the... oh, gee, it sounds like a cockatoo ridge.
Well, I guess they were pumped up to play it a lot today, so they had to give it 2 there for, I suppose, the first bloke to kick 2 goals. Significant event of the day, because he certainly, Rocket Rooster, has been in the hen house all day, I think. There hasn't been much to crow about.
The bounce down. 16 minutes into the final quarter, thanks to Brett Rouvray Painting Services. Got Wakeland against Cranston. Cranston gets the knockaway out in front of block, but leading in the race is White. Comes across, picks it up, handballs off to Thompson. He's shown a bit of pace in this last quarter. His kicks across the ground to McGay. McGay's got Ryswick, if he can find him. He does. Ryswick takes the mark, plays on quickly in front of Backwell. Out in the lead of Stewart. Stewart 60 metres out. He could go short to Uni, could go to Wintle, but he elects to go long. Halloway's there, over his head. Breeze took that one and races across out in front of the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. Margin 31 points in favour of the Bays, Daniel.
Yes, and North Adelaide haven't actually beaten Glenelg now for 2 years, believe it or not. Even though they were in the grand final last year, they still haven't beaten Glenelg since 2006. So here go the Tigers. Through Allen, clever little handball, that's his trademark, to Adlington. Bode. And the Glenelg side work the way up now towards Hinge. Holmes is there, so is Grimer. Bodes and everything. McConnell, Panozzo, Grimer. He can play up forward or he can have a run on the ball, and he's everywhere. Looks for Doldig, but a fine mark back there.
That Gorman.
Oh, I reckon that was Gorman. And
he's played a pretty good game today. Probably looming as one of the best players for North Adelaide. He's curled a lot of their attacks.
The Adelaide Crows listed player and the former St Ignatius College student actually trained with him last summer for the Old Ignatians in cricket, believe it or not. He's an all-round sportsman, is Gorman. The ball ends up on that North Adelaide forward line, and we'll have another ball up, Rob. And
he must be a good cricketer if he plays at your level then, Daniel.
Oh, he's a brilliant cricketer.
Ball up. Footy comes out. Panozzo. Tigers run it out again through Allen. Allen's kick, looking there.
Oh, what a beauty.
Jeezy can leap.
Good play.
Grimer's handball to Allen. Allen's got time. Out in front of Hinge. Hinge will get to McConnell, Willie. Ward blocks him off, but he finds the lead of Doldig.
No, that's big.
That's big.
Might have been
Big
Big Seller.
Hasn't done a lot today, Seller again, has
My
he?
apology, Glenelg supporters. That was Seller. And he'll kick from 50, 45-degree angle. And Charles will have this angle covered absolutely perfectly. This game covered by Pine Lodge Studios. If you want a copy, call Charles, 8271-1669. Seller, kick from just about right on the 50. Kick's going to fade away to the right if it makes the distance, which it does. And Glenelg extend their lead to 32 points on the Cockatoo Ridgewine scoreboard.
And these two clubs always pitted against each other in rivalry round because of those three grand finals probably in the 80s. There's a lot of rivalry and always expect a good game. But today, North Adelaide have thrown everything at them, but just skill errors will let them down, and Glenelg have proven that they're a much better side overall.
So North Adelaide now, at the end of this match, will be on 6 wins and 7 losses on 12 points. And, of course, Norwood overtook them yesterday. So, potentially next week, North Adelaide could find themselves out of the 5.
Yep, and so that will be a big game at Cooper Stadium.
Could it be a preview to the elimination final? Port Adelaide and the Eagles would say different because they believe they're good enough. But on today's form, North Adelaide, Rob, I don't believe they've beaten a top 5 side this season, and it shows today. So the ball spills down here, and Panozzo, gee, he's been important in that half-back line, Jim.
Yeah, all year, yeah. He's
Yep.
been a very big playmaker, big part of their successful game plan.
Bounce down, a good one at that. Cranston, footy comes away. We're going to have another stoppage. Just as the pace of this game has just slipped away a little bit, Jim, and the players playing for that final siren.
Which isn't far away.
And a warm shower.
Yep.
Very cold here.
Their last 2 games at home have been against Western South, and they've won them, but they haven't been all that convincing, we'd have to say.
Another ball up.
They just find it a bit hard when they, as Daniel mentioned, playing the better sides in the competition. North Adelaide just look like they're just lacking 2 or 3 good players.
Bounce down, Cranston clearing away as that player, Panozzo. In there working hard was Cranston again. Jeezy backs up his ruck work with groundwork. He's a good player. Backwell along the outer side towards the lead of McConnell, but intercepting the footy for North Adelaide was Stark. Stark ignored the lead of McGay. Instead he went to Wintle, who took the mark out in front there of Backwell. Wintle, centre wing, outer side. Plays on, drives it in towards centre half forward. Rydeswick's underneath it. Beautiful spoil by Mules, who runs hard, has a bounce.
He deserves a goal.
He's got Doldig. He's also got McConnell. McConnell's there, and well done by Ward. Jeez, he's played all right today, Ward. Handball over the back. Is that Seller?
Yep.
Seller's going to take the kick from about 15 metres out directly in front and put through Glenelg's 14th goal.
Good play there, team play by McConnell there to get the ball out. Hasn't had a big day himself, but he'll have a hand in this.
It's Grimer. No.
But gee, just wasn't Benny Mills exciting there. Ray brought that ball down the ground. I thought he was going to go all the way there for a while, nearly did. He'll be looming as one of the better players on the ground too, Mills.
So Grimer hammers through the bays, 14-8-92, leading North Adelaide 7-12-54.
That's a lazy 4 to Todd Grimer. He's been the outstanding key forward again today for the Bays. The others are just bit players around him, as it's turning out at the moment. He certainly is the go-to man. Great effort. Seeing we're at the 22-minute mark at Rouvray painting, what would you guys start saying? Still Matty Bode is best, or Mules, or Bode?
Gee, I'd go for Bode. He's kicked 4 goals and won plenty of the ball in the midfield, but
Johnny
as you said
Hinge
there, the likes of Hinge and Mules, Grimer, they've had winners all over the ground, and gee, one wonders whether Glenelg can keep doing this for another 3 months.
There's that man again.
They've just been absolutely dominating the competition since round 1. Panozzo has a bounce. He's another one who'd certainly be in the best players. Looks for Hinge, who's probably, gee, he's unlocked the key for that forward line. Good old Hinge. Gives it over to Grimer on his left foot. McGregor, he came into the side today, replacing Ruwalt, and a clever little kick. He hasn't done too much, McGregor, but what he has done has been pretty impressive. Backwell, Jim, hasn't had his best game, but he hasn't had to today. No,
and it's good when they can have McConnell, Blackwell and blokes like that not featuring high. It's left to others. It's a very, very good team that everybody does something. But yeah, look, Johnny Hinge has been a real star today. And
so Backwell now lines up and puts it straight through the middle. The Tigers go to 15-8-98. They lead North Adelaide 7-12-54 on the Cockatoo Ridge. Match of the day.
Yes, and as we predicted, it's coming out to that sort of 8 to 10 goal margin.
Yep.
That Glenelg are going to win by, and that's sort of what they've been beating North by consistently over the past couple of years, as Daniel mentioned earlier.
Yeah, it's normally, as you said, they've been a bit more of a shootout, though, hasn't it? Normally, the sides have averaged about 40 goals between them in the last couple of years. Today, only 22 goals between them.
Bounce down. Could be the last one of the day in the centre. O'Hara to Hinge, but if this continues, there'll be another. Hinge drives the bays forward. There's Kirkby down there. Also Dolding.
Oh, Grimer.
Geez, he can leap, can't he?
Has he kicked 5 before this year?
I don't believe he has, but
well,
I reckon this is his best SANFL league game today, Todd Grimer.
He's got around the body, and Glenelg kick goal number 16. 16-8-104, breaking the ton. North 7-12-54, and we've gone 25 minutes on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. And if you want to call Brett, he'll do a good job for you with the painting on 0401 136 393, Jim.
Yeah, we'll have to go and have a nice Cockatoo Ridge soon too, because it's very cold and chilly here. But you're saying they haven't kicked a high score. 16 goals will win most games for you this day and age. So, you know, they've done enough. And the big fella, Seller, is going off the ground at the moment with a blood rule. And Ty Allen's coming back on. But, Todd Grimer, what now?
Oh, if you don't mind, in the ruck.
Going in the ruck.
Gee.
Well, he's got the leap. There's no reason why he wouldn't be a good ruckman. But he is now... We just went through the best players. You'd have to say he's one very high up there, and as I say, John Hinge and Bode, Panozzo and Mules have all featured strongly.
And he wins the tap if you don't mind. Sign him up.
He's going to ride it now.
Put him in the Crows side, I reckon. That's how...
Look at him. Kick another goal, son.
He can give it off. He'll handball. He's got his own football at the moment. He gives it over to Ben Kane, who's a luxury just running off the half-back line. He goes for goal. He's looking up there for McConnell.
Who's got
it? He thought there was a goal there. It's a point on the Rouvray Painting Services time clock. We've reached the 28-minute mark. North Adelaide, they trail this contest. And Archard, he kicks it out wide now, looking for Uni. Just cannot get himself into the game, Uni. He's kicked a couple of goals, but he's kicked one goal actually, but he's kicked 231 in his career, and you know, with the likes of Gill, White, Loney out of the side, Uni probably had to kick a bag today. So Hinge.
Oh,
I tell you what, if we give the best players on the ground, Hinge hasn't been the worst. And
bit unlucky there.
O'Hara feeds off to Brett White. Brett White's kick out in front of Brown. Quiet day for him. He's hassling there. And get the handball away with the Bays. Here's Holmes. Holmes to Hinge. Hinge back towards Panozzo. He's had heaps of it across the half-back line. Definitely in the Bays' best half a dozen. Hinge. Long kick up the line. There is Kirkby. It was Grimer, in fact. Here's McGregor. Lines up on the run. Coming back.
He got it.
17th goal. Exciting footy off the half-back line. 17-9, 111. And now 57-point leaders over North Adelaide. 7-12-54.
Well, it's just a procession at the moment, and really good to watch. They've got so many stars on the side this year, and no one can... there's certainly a lot of people on the Glenelg bandwagon. There they go now, but anyone that, like Geelong, playing well in the AFL, it's when a side plays football like that, you should come along and watch it. It's very exciting. We haven't mentioned North Adelaide's best players because they have hung around for most of the day. We liked the game by Allen earlier on.
Yep.
He stuck to his task, probably died out of a bit, probably lack of support. Ryswick did some good things. Uni's been a good forward, and probably young Matthew Wright's done one or two good things. But they've all gone well. And now she blows.
Final scores, Glenelg 17-9, 111. Thrashing North Adelaide 7-12-54. Final margin there of 57 points on the Cockatoo Ridgewine scoreboard. And Jim, do you want to run us through the goal kickers?
Yes, and for a side we thought wasn't kicking a high score, 17 goals, I'd take that any day. That's a good effort by Glenelg. Led the way by Todd Grimer, the excitement machine, as we hear their great song. 5 goals to him. Matty Boat died out of it a bit, but kicked 4 early goals and was the difference between the sides early on. Johnny Hinge, very high in the best, 2. Fisher, Holmes, Block, Kirkby and McGregor.
Well,
So once again, for Glenelg, we can't forget North Adelaide. We can't forget them. Uni, the only multiple goal kicker with 2. Alloway, Krieg, James Allen early in the game. Matty Wright and Ryswick.
I think when we were talking about North Adelaide's best players, we've got to pay tribute to Ward's game on McConnell, keeping him goalless.
Yep.
And I think Allen and Ward, for mine, get the best 2 players for North today.
As we see Allen coming off the bench, looks a bit lame at the moment. And that's probably why he faded out of the game. He wasn't probably even out there in the later stage. We didn't notice him off. Ward's tackle in the goal square on McConnell. McConnell would have got an easy goal there, and that was one of the plays of the day, but not enough support.
Well, it's amazing, Jim. They keep McConnell to no score. Doldig and Seller don't kick a goal either. Yet Glenelg win this game by almost 10 goals. And that just proves that forward line theory that you just can't keep them all down, because Grimer stood up with 5 goals, Bode stood up with 4. And, you know, next week, Grimer may have an off day, but Doldy could step up, or Kirkby or McConnell. It's just a multi-pronged forward line that no SANFL backline, except for South Adelaide in round 1, has been able to curtail.
Yeah, there's a couple of them, though, that have been the quiet achievers perhaps too often. Kirkby, Seller, and even Doldig, for that matter. Grimer has played well just about every game he's played. You're right, it's probably his best today. And I mentioned earlier that his recruitment was the big coup for the SANFL this year. Come finals time in good weather, with that marking ability, he contests so well. He throws himself at everything, just like his brother who played here last year has gone to North Melbourne. He's the ace they've got for Premiership glory, I'd say. They really need to keep him going at form he is today. May have even nosed out as best player on the ground just for his presence out there. He was sensational today, so great effort. Okay, we'll wrap it up from here today. Glenelg supporters, get a copy of this game. It's yet another evidence that they're the best side in the competition. Look forward to hearing from us, or you can hear from us later in the year for future SANFL games on Pine Lodge.